Hello Oex fans and welcome to Warrior Camping. Now today my Bandicoot has just turned up, so we're going to do this today. I was planning to do something else, but then there was a knock at the door and the Bandicoot is here. So I want to do it now because this come from eBay, and then I can check it over and make sure it's good. And if it is good, I shall leave some nice feedback, and if it's not good, I won't be happy. So let's open it up and have a look at the old Bandicoot. So this come from eBay, £55. That was with postage, free postage. It looked really nice in all the pictures. Load of photos on it on the eBay. Looked really nice. And the fella had a ton of feedback, all running 100%. So hopefully this tent will be a good buy for £55. It did say on the listing that he bought it last year. He's used it 3 times on a campsite for 3 different weekends, but he's bought another tent as him and his missus found it a bit small. So they've gone and bought a bigger tent. That's what it said. Whether it's the truth or not, I don't know. But that is what it said on the eBay listing. And yeah, give that a thumbs up. Look, that bag's looking really nice. I hope the rest of it's in condition like that. It looks spanking, that bag. So there you have it, the Oex Bandicoot 2. So yeah, this was listed on 99p start bid, or it had the bit where you could make offers. So I found it the other night while I was in my tent, and I've been trying to get one of these, and I've been bidding up to 50 quid on them, and the jackal. So when I see this 99p or offers, and it was free postage, I was like, right, let's make a 50 quid offer on that, see how I get on. So I'd done a £50 offer, and then the bloke never replied, never declined the offer or anything like that. So I checked it the next morning and the offer was still there, hadn't been declined or anything like that. And then later that day I got the old counter offer come through, £55. So I looked at the photos and that again. I thought, he's got all good feedback, it looks really nice in the pictures. Might be telling the truth that it's only been used 3 times, isn't it, on a campsite. I thought, oh, it's only a fiver, I'll have that. So that was it. I just clicked buy it now and paid me money. So here it is, £55 Oex Bandicoot. And it was only a fiver more than I wanted to spend. And if it's in good condition, I don't mind that. It's still a bargain, £55. If it's a nice condition Oex Bandicoot. And I do get where the fella's coming from with him saying this is small. Look, it's got nice aluminium poles, lovely. They look spanking, them poles. Yeah, I do get where he's coming from, because I haven't used this tent or anything like that, but I've seen these quite a lot. When I've been out camping, I've been seeing people with them, and I've had my tents pitched near them and all that. It is very small, this tent. I kind of like that about it. When I was first looking at these, I thought I really like that because it is so tiny. It is a little tent. If you want like a big 2-man tent, I don't mean this Bandicoot's for you. Not so much I don't think it's got room to lay down and all that. That part's fine. It's just really low on the roof. It's like really tiny, so there's not a lot of headroom and all that in it. I don't think you'll be sitting up in it and all that. I'm not sure because I haven't been in it yet, but when I've looked at them from the outside, they do look really low, these tents. So it has only got the old bubblegum pegs with it, but it still has got pegs. Nothing wrong with them bubblegum pegs. They're alright. Long as the ground's not rock hard, there is nothing wrong with them pegs. So it has got, I've just noticed there, it's got another bag in it. It's got a spare bit of guide in there. So that bag is for the fly sheet. And it is Oex do this with some tents, isn't it? They give you a couple of bags, so you can split the weight and like have half each. 2 of you go backpacking, you carry half each. So it'll probably have another bag in there for like the inner and that. And then you get the big bag that it all goes in if you're keeping it in one big lump. So it's good that Oex do that, where you can split it up, because it does make sense, because this isn't a really light tent. But two of you with this, if you split the weight 50-50, then this tent's good to go. It's not that heavy if you're splitting the weight. It's not ridiculously heavy if you're carrying it on your own, really. I'd lug this thing about, no problem, it's not that heavy. But you can split it up, see, there's the other bag. So what's that bag say on it? That bag is poles and inner. So yeah, you got a bag for the fly sheet and one for the poles and inner. So you split the weight up. One carry one bag, one carry the other bag, and then you leave that big bag at home. Yeah, nice them bags. I'm happy with them. They might get utilised. If I get tents up the boot fair with no bag, I'll be using them bags to put them in, keep them in. And they are better. I've got some tents in ripped bags. They'd be better to use than them. So I might not keep them bags with this and utilise them bags elsewhere. Because I'll never be splitting this thing up and taking it out, splitting the weight with someone. Well, I doubt it. I might do, but I doubt it, really. If two of us was going out, I've got better tents than this thing. I want this tent for myself, really. I just like the Oex tents. And when I've seen this Bandicoot, I'm like, I really like the look of that. It looks like a really good tent. So that's why I've gone after one of these, because I wanted one for myself. If two of us was going like, really going a long way, hiking and all that. I've got tents much lighter than this to take, and with more room in them. So I've just bought this. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? I'll enjoy using this. Me and Jess go camping in this, do whatever. It's be a great little tent, the Bandicoot, bright red. I like the look of it. It looks like a really good fun tent, this one, with the big Bandicoot badge on it and all that. And old Trouble's turned up. He's been looking forward to getting the Bandicoot. You alright, mate? Yeah. What you got here then? Oh, that Bandicoot turned up. Oh, lovely. Lovely and comfy, the old Bandicoot. Core it is. Beep, beep, beep. Comfortable. Oi, it's not for you. Now sort your language out and get off of it. No, I like this Bandicoot. Oex. Oex. Very comfortable. The Oex Bandicoot. They are renowned in the cat world for being one of the comfiest tents to lay on. It's not for you, cat. Get off it. No, you go and beep Oex yourself. I am not getting off it. I am very, very comfortable on the Oex Bandicoot. So you can just Oex right off. Sort it out, cat. The people at home want to see the Bandicoot, not you. People at home, beep, 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 beep. Oex. The people at home, they can beep, 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 beep. Oex, right up and all people at home, and all the warrior crew. Warrior crew, they can beep, beep, beep. Oex. My fluffy left one. You and all, beep, 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 beep. Oex, 'cause I ain't moving. Ain't you got one of them tatty old beep, beep, beep. Oex, bootwear tents to put up or something like that. Go over the other side of the garden, put one of them beep, beep, beep. Oex, tatty old beep, 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 beep. Oex, bootwear tent. Beep, beep, beep. Oex, man hardware. Beep, beep, beep. Oex, Bango. Beep, 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 beep. Litchfield. Oex. Sorry, cat, get off the Bandicoot. No. Cat, please, get off the tent. No. Beep, 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 beep. Oex. Get off, cat. No. Cat, get off. No. Please get off, cat. No. I love this Oex, Oex Bandicoot. Please, cat, get off of it. Let me finish the video. I'll do you a deal. If you get off it, I'll leave it up all afternoon and we'll both chill out in it all afternoon. How about that, cat? Beep, 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 beep. Oex. What, all afternoon? Yeah, all afternoon. Oh, I'll chill out in it all afternoon. Bet you leave it up night and I'll sleep in it tonight. Yeah, alright, Kate, you can sleep in it tonight. Oh, lovely. Beep, 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 beep. Oex, Oex. Sleeping in the Bandicoot. Beep, 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 beep. Oex Bandicoot. See, I told you he liked it, but I would like to apologise for his language, and I would like to apologise to the Warrior crew. He had no right talking to you like that. I will have a word with him later. So let's get back to the lovely old Oex Bandicoot. And it is looking really nice condition, this tent. It really is. This thing looks spanking. So I do believe the bloke, like he said on eBay, he'd used it. Him and his missus had been away on a campsite with it for 3 different weekends. So I do sort of believe that, because this thing hasn't been used a lot. Look, it's not been up the woods or out in a ton of mud. That is spanking. It looked nice in the pictures. That is why when he offered me the £55 offer, I thought, oh, I've got to have that. Look at it. It looks lovely. So that was it. 55 quid for this. And providing the inner is as good as this outer, and I reckon it will be in it. It's like, this outer looks spanking, and these poles. This thing is lovely. So I reckon the inner's going to be this good. So like this Oex, you got 3 poles. 2 do the cross and 1 goes like sideways, this one here. So you got like, this 1 pole does the front and then 2 do the cross. So the poles are going in nice. It's not the tight sleeves, they're going in quite nice. And a really nice set of poles on this tent. I'll give that to Oex. These poles felt lovely. And they're going in nice, and this should really be quite an easy tent to pitch, innit, with 3 poles, and the way they just do the cross, the nice sleeves and the crosses. So this thing is going to have 3 crosses on it. And I've seen these up, I've seen quite a few of these over the years, like pitched up, and I've had a little mooch and had a nose round it, because I like these. Because it's so little, and the way the pole's crossing out, I bet one of these is really good in the wind. But it's a really strong little tent, because it is only tiny. There ain't a lot for the wind to get hold of on this thing. It is so small, you wait till you see it up. Really is tiny. Or it's sort of, it might not look that little today, because it's been pitched on its own. But I've been out in like tents that are not massive, are only like a small tent, and you pitch them up beside one of these and they make the tent I'm in look massive. So these tents are really small, or not so much small, they're really low, they're like really low to the ground, and they're not very wide. So they are like a small 2-man tent, I reckon. Once we get in it, this will be quite a small little 2-man tent. I think if you're 2 big people, this might not be for you, one of these. But like that bloke said, the one I bought it off, he said he got it, he liked using it, but it was just so small. So he's used it 3 times. And him and his missus have bought a bigger tent. I don't know what he's bought. That was all it said on eBay. It said he had this. He bought it last year, used it 3 times on a campsite, and then decided it was too small. So he's bought something else and put it on eBay. So this was like the bloke's tent. And on his like eBay thing, he didn't have a load of camping stuff and all that for sale. He had a load of like Star Wars stuff and Marvel figures and action figures and all like collectibles. He had a ton of feedback, all really good feedback, but not camping stuff. It was all like collectible statues and Marvel and Star Wars and all that. So this tent was just in with all that lot. Oex Bandicoot. So as you see, the poles have got like them little locky bits on them, them blue bits. They just lock on the end of the poles. So it does make it easier when you like go around the other side to put the poles up, because they don't fall out when they got these locking bits. When they've got like just the loops, quite a lot of the time they do fall out of them loops. Time you get round the other side, the poles fell out, and then you got to come back, put it in the loop, and that only takes like 30 seconds. But it's good that it's got the locks in it, and it doesn't do it. See, it makes it better. I like the tents with the locks. The Nature Hike, few other tents I've got, they got the little locky bits on the poles. So let's see how hard this old Oex is to push up. Now, this is the first time I've ever pitched this, and I know some Oex tents are a bit renowned for having like poles that are a bit of a fight to get in. But hopefully this one won't be like that. I don't want to put too much pressure on it because I don't want to rip it. So let's see what's going on with it. Maybe if I try do this one first, because that one felt quite hard. So if I put this one up, this one's shorter and it's lifting the weight of the tent on this one. So I'll do this one first and then do the others. Like I said, this is the first time I've done it. So I just tried that long pole and there was a lot of pressure on that. So now I'll try this one, because it might be easier this way. This pole might go in nice and easy, and then it's sort of helping the others out a bit. So let's find the little tab, and then go again. Put some more pressure on it, get this pole in first. So there you go, that one went in quite easy. So it might be the way to do this tent. Put that one up first, then do the others. Because like we'll see now, we'll see if this one now is a bit easier to do it. Because that was really hard a minute ago. I was putting a ton of force on that. So I don't really want to do that. So I've just like done the other pole first. Now try this pole. And it does feel a bit easier actually. So it might be the way to do this. Do that cross pole before you do these long poles. Because that one's gone in easy now. When I tried to do it first of all, there was a ton of pressure on that pole. So once I'd done the sideways one, there was less pressure on them long ones doing it. Now this one should be easy because the tent is sort of up in it. So it should be easier, this one. But it's come out of the clip at this end. So I gave it all that about all these clips never come out, and this one has come out. So they do come out. Don't listen to what I say. I know nothing. They do come out because that one just popped out of the clip as I went to put it up. So they do fall out. But not as much as the ones with the loops. Because that's the first time I've ever had that happen on one of these tents with the clips. First time I've ever had one fall out. And it was just after saying, oh, they never fall out. But they do. We know now that they do. So that one's gone in easy. There's not that much pressure on that one. A little bit, but that's gone in there alright. So that's it. The old tent is pitched now. You don't need to put pegs in this. This is a freestander. So if it was raining now, you could just dive inside, come out and peg it down when the rain stopped. But there's no rain today, so I've got no need to dive inside it, so I shall go round and peg it out. So it's got a nice big vent at the back, and it does look really nice condition. This fly looks spanking. The way it's gone up, there's no damage on this thing. It really does look like new, this tent. Oh no, not him again. Are you watching? Oh, Froggy, tell him to hurry up, Froggy. He's going to take ages putting this tent up, Froggy. And I'm so beep 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 beep. Oex tired, Froggy. And that idiot Froggy, that beep beep beep. Oex idiot. He's gonna take forever putting this thing up, waffling on about it and all that, Froggy. Oh, beep 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 beep. Oex tired, Froggy. Beep beep beep. Oex gonna go on Fleabay, Froggy, and buy me own. Be quicker than beep beep beep. Waiting for that idiot. Beep beep beep. Oex Bandicoot. Oi, don't go using my PC. Beep 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 beep. Oex. Right, so I just gotta like move the Bandicoot into place and then whack some pegs down in it. 'Cause it's like a freestander, this one, you can pick it up, move it wherever you like before you put the pegs in it. So I just move it back a bit in my garden and then go round and peg it right out. And it is looking good, this Oex Bandicoot. It really is looking good condition. I'm happy I got the extra fiver out and bought this one, rather than letting this one go and still trying to get one for 50 quid. Because I think this thing is fantastic for £55. It looks spanking, this old Bandicoot. And I still might try and get my hands on a jackal, because I fancy one of them. I've been trying to get a jackal for 50 quid and all. And one of these, but I've got one of these now, so I'll still carry on with the hunt, trying to get a jackal for 50 quid. But I think the jackal is rarer than this one. Not rarer, but there's less out there. There's loads of both of them out there. But on the old eBay, while I was hunting, definitely more bandicoots was coming up on there to jackals. Definitely. Probably like twice as many bandicoots has been on there as to the old jackal too. So I just go round putting pegs in it, pegging down the old tent, pull it out nice and tight, whack pegs in it, and the pegs go through the little strings. So it's got little strings on this one to peg it down. It's got a nice big air vent on the back there. I'm just looking at. It's got a lovely big air vent, and it has got the little bar to hold the air vent out. So it's got the bar that holds the air vent out, and then it's got a guide on it to pull it out nice and tight. You know, it's a little bit out of shape, that vent, but you'll be able to straighten that back up. It's just where it's been packed up in the bag, isn't it? It goes a little bit out of shape. I like these little rings on the Oex, the way they do their guides, the tensioner. That little ring, it works really well. It's easy to move and they don't slip. So that little ring design is a really good little design, that is, from Oex. It's only something simple, but it really works well, because some of them guide bits, they're a nightmare to try and move them and tighten them up, aren't they? But these rings work great. I think they're one of the best ways of doing it, these little rings. Or I think that anyway. Other people might have their own opinion and like other sort of styles of them. But I just find that ring really easy and it never slips. Where a lot of tents, when you got wind and that, them guide bits, they do slip and you're forever going round retensioning them up and all that. But I've never had these rings slip. They don't slip. They work really well. So it's got a nice big Oex written on the back. Nice big air vent. The little ring tensioner, that's the bit I was on about. I like that bit. Nice big vent up under there. So yeah, it's all reinforced. Got the little reinforcing on all the tabs. To like where you peg the old fly down, it's all reinforced. So I imagine it's all reinforced inside as well. So yeah, I'm liking this Oex Bandicoot. Lovely. Now I know you can get a newer version of this now, isn't it? You get a newer version. They do an ultralight version of this, a blue one. But they haven't been out long enough yet to start getting a cheap one on eBay. It's just not happening. They haven't been out that long and they are a lot of money. But I bet they are good. They're like an ultralight. They're much lighter than this one. They're like a blue colour. They look good as well. So there is an ultralight. If you like this tent and you're thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind one of them Bandicoots. If you've got a little bit of money to spend on a tent, there is an ultralight version of this one. And the other one I saw, because I do go on YouTube, I do look at different tents, new stuff that's come out and all that. And I watched a thing the other night, me and Amy was watching it. And it was about a new Banshee that Vango is bringing out. There is going to be, I think it's due to launch in 2026. There is going to be an ultralight Banshee. It was like a bronze colour. Oh, it looked really good. The ultralight Banshee. Oh, I'm going to have to get one of them. An ultralight Banshee. Because I love the Banshee. I am a massive fan of the Banshee. I had my first one years ago. I've had a few of them. At the minute, I've got a 3. I've got a Banshee 3 Pro. And it is a good 10. It really is, the old Banshee. It's a fantastic tent. And I do know, right, the first one I had was a Banshee 2 that I had years ago, but I sold it to one of my friends. I had used it loads, that old Banshee 2, but one of my friends was like, after a tent and that, so I done him a deal with my Banshee, and then I bought a Banshee 3. But I did speak to my friend the other day. I see him and I said, how's the old Banshee doing and that? He said, oh, I haven't used it for a while. I'm like, right, do you want to get rid of it? He's like, I don't know really, I hadn't really thought about it. I went, right, if you want to sell that old Banshee, I'd love to buy it back off you, because it was one of my like old tents. I'd love to get my hands back on it. So you never know, my old Banshee might be coming home, and that would be lovely. I'd love to get my old Banshee back, because I've seen it a few times, because I go camping with my mate and he uses it. Whenever I see it, it's like when you've had an old car and you sell it to your mate or something like that. Whenever you go in it or see it, it's a bit weird because it used to be yours, isn't it? So my old Banshee's like that. Whenever I see him out in it and that, I look at it and I always wish I'd never sold it, because I love that old Banshee too. So hopefully my friend might want to get rid of it, because he doesn't use it now. He's like moved on a bit more, so he's got some like right expensive ultralight tents. He's got a tarp tent and he has got a Nordski tent. So my old Banshee doesn't get used anymore, so hopefully I might be able to get my hands on it. It'd be lovely to get my old Banshee back, really would. The old Banshee too. So there you have it. The old Oex Bandicoot is pitched up. Just needs a guides putting out. And this thing is looking nice. I am liking it. And like I said on the camera, it's not really showing how small this thing is. You need it besides something else really to show how little it is. And it is sort of, it's highish at the front. You might be able to sit up in that little front bit, but then it really slopes down to the back. So like where your feet go and that in this thing is not very high. Look, it has got a nice look to it, the Bandicoot, isn't it? It is like I said earlier, I've got a Berghaus Cheviot. This really is like a mini version of that. It really is. So you can see there, as I'm going around the side, the back of this thing just slopes away really quick. So it's going to be small inside this tent, isn't it? Look at it. It is only a little tent. A good looking tent though. I like it with its blue poles and the blue guides. Big Bandicoot 2 written on the side and the Oex badge. Yeah, it does look good, this tent. So it's not one for going out stealth camping, is it? This thing stands out like there's no tomorrow, with all that writing over it and bright red and that. But it's not really built for that, is it? It's not a stealth camping tent, this thing. It's just not, you know what I mean? I'm not even sure if they make this in green. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a green one of these. I'm not sure on that. Everyone I've been finding on eBay, and I've been looking like forever, I've been looking for a little while trying to get one of these or a jackal. And all the ones I've seen of these have been in this red. So I don't know if they do even do this in other colours. They probably do, because Oex do their tents in other colours. It's just all the Bandicoots I've been finding have been in this red, apart from that ultralight, which is in the blue. It looks good, that ultralight. If I really like using this, maybe in a couple of years when the prices drop a bit and that on that ultralight one, I might try and get my hands on one of them. But I might not. I might just be happy with this. If this lasts really well and stays in this condition, I'll be happy to just hang on to this Bandicoot. Because it's not really heavy, this thing. And you might find this one, because it's a bit heavier, you might find this one is a lot stronger than the ultralight one, because sometimes them ultralight tents, they are very fragile. I know people that have had some like expensive ultralight tents and they've just got damaged for like, with not a lot happening to them, they've got damaged, whereas other tents would have just took that. But when they're ultralight, the fly is so thin and they've just like caught it a little bit with a pole and it's got a rip in it or things like that, you know what I mean? So when that weight comes right down, you have to sort of bear it in mind that you are dealing with a tent that is not as robust as a heavier tent. They're not. I'm not saying they're weak and they're going to fall apart. They're not. But you've just got to be more careful with them. You have to realise that all the materials are really thin and like delicate. So you've got to treat them nicely. And then they will last. But they are easy to damage, them ultralight tents. Maybe not the really expensive ultralight tents. If you're going and doing a ton of money, yeah, you'll probably get something that's really strong. But when it's like a sort of like cheapest ultralight tent, the thinness of that material and all that they are made from does make them a little bit fragile. And I would say with this like Bandicoot, it's sort of designed more as like a little car camping tent, isn't it? Or split the weight, you and your mate go out, but you're not going miles with it. You can throw it in your backpack, do half each, but it's not geared up to go out miles, is it? It's not like the Oex stealth camping light tent. If you want that, they make that, innit? They make that Bobcat, which is a little lightweight tent for the stealth camper. And they make the Fox as well, which is the same sort of thing, innit? That is their little go anywhere, bit of stealth camping and that little tent, innit? The Fox, that's what it's geared up for. Whereas this Bandicoot is more geared up for the campsite, really, innit? It's geared up to stand out, for everyone to walk past and know you've got an Oex tent. And it is more geared up for the campsite, really. Whereas the new one, that like ultralight, that thing is really light, so that is more geared up to be like a kind of hiker's tent, because it is light enough to go in your backpack and all that. It looks pretty light, that thing. But they're only making it in blue at the minute, so I don't know if they're going to bring out like a green version, because people that get out doing the old stealth camping and that, they want the green tents, don't they? You see that on eBay. When tents come up, if they make them in a few colours, you normally find the green one will make more money, whereas one in a bright colour won't make so much money, because there is not so many people going after it, because people think, oh, I want one of them, but I might pitch it out the woods or do it out the field or whatever. I want a green one. So you tend to see that the tents in the bright colours make less money than the green ones. And you should remember that, really. If you like the sort of person, if you buy a new tent, use it a couple of 3 years, and then sort of cash it in and get another tent, like change them like that. A lot of people do that. My friends, some of them do that. Have a tent, couple of 3 years, cash it in, go again, get a new one. If you're one of them people, because brand new, the tents in all the colours will pretty much be the same price. So to get the maximum amount back when you're going to sell it, you should really buy a green one. Unless they do like a limited edition or something like that for the same money, where they never make many, then it might make a bit more money. But if it's just like a normal tent that comes in a load of colours, if you're going to sell it on second hand, the green one will always get you a little bit more money back than a bright coloured one. Because people will just go after that green one a bit more. More people out there want that green one. So that's it. The guides are out on the little Bandicoot. She's looking nice. Big vent on the front that pulls out, little canopy. And you will find when you roll the door up, it'll go under that canopy, the door. That little canopy will stop rain getting in the tent. So with the door up on this thing, you'll be able to cook and that sitting out there. Be nice little tent, I reckon, for cooking. And it has got a good look to it, this tent, and it. Just look at it. That is a good looking tent. You can see why Oex have sold so many of these. Because people would walk in the old shop, wouldn't they? Looking for a new tent. This thing would stand out, wouldn't it? You see one of these. I've seen them myself. Go in a camping shop. This old Bandicoot's pitched up beside a load of the others. It really looks good. So you could see why so many people over the years have bought this Bandicoot. Because there is a lot of these out there. There is. I've been like, since I was hunting on eBay, a ton of these kept coming on there. Every few days there was like a new listing of a Bandicoot, Bandicoot, Bandicoot. So there's loads of them out there. Whereas, like I said, I've been after that Jackal. That's not so common. Only the odd one of them Jackal 2 comes up on eBay. So it might take me a while to track down a Jackal 2 because they are not that common. But this was easy to get your hands on. I bet if you went on eBay now, there's probably 5 of these on there. So it's an easy tent to get your hands on one of these because there's a load of them out there. There really is. So let's have a look round the back of it. Yeah, look, big Oex badge, nice vent. See, it's really low slung, the back of this tent. Where your feet go, innit? That is really tiny, that bit. And then it gets higher as you get to the front. So, you might be able to sit up in the front bit. I'll try it out in a minute. You alright, Twiggy? Yeah, got my stove. No, not yet, Twiggy. I ain't made it yet, mate. You'll have to wait a bit longer, Twiggy. Sorry, Twiggy. So let's open up the lovely old Bandicoot and have a look inside. And hopefully the inside are as nice as the outside. Because the outside of this tent is lovely. I am very happy with my eBay purchase on this one. Whereas some of the tents I've bought on eBay I've not been happy with because they've turned up in a right state. Although they was listed as being nice, they wasn't. But this one looks good as listed. So let's open the zips up on the front and have a look inside. And it has got the little porch ground sheet I just saw in there. So got a little ground sheet for the porch, which is good because so you can store all your gear out the front of the tent without it getting all wet on the ground. Nice blue zips on it. And like them straps and all that at the bottom there, they're all strong, all sewn in well, so it is quite robustly made, this old tent. It is well made. And like, just looking round it, I can't see no dodgy stitching on it, no, nothing like that. So I think the Oex, they do take care with their quality control. They're not sending out the terrible tent. They must bin them or something like that, the ones that are not made perfect. Because I've got a few Oex tents. They're all lovely made. And at the end of the day, they are like a bit of a budget tent, aren't they? Or they're probably one step up from the budget tent. They're not really cheap, but they're not a load of money, are they? So they are sort of a cheap tent. But the quality control and all that is as good as you'd find with a high-end tent. They really are. So you can see there, I've done the door up, it goes on the toggles up there. And they are the nice elasticy toggles, the ones that are easy to use. So I just need to like clip the corners in, clip the feet, so that whoever's owned this has done like what I do. On most tents, when I leave the inner in, I will unclip the little corners off of it, because it just makes it easier to pitch, because you are not trying to stretch the inner out as well with the poles. So leave the inner on the loops all round the top and all that, but take it off the little four corners. It only takes a minute to put them back on, and you sort of like makes it easier to pitch. And sometimes when they snag up, you force a pole in when them clips are all on. You force a pole in, and inside the inner's a bit caught round itself or something like that. You end up snapping them clips because they're not very strong on a lot of tents. So it is like a good little thing to get in the habit of. When you pack a tent down, just undo them four little clips on the corners, and it will make it easier to go up, and you won't damage the clips on the inner when you pitch it, if it gets like a little bit tangled or something inside, one of the guides gets caught or something happens to it, you're trying to false the pole. I've done it. You snap them clips, you feel something go and you think, oh, I broke something then, and then you find out it's the clip. So it's all you need to do. It just goes on that little clip like that. So it's got the little bungee and the little clip. So just go round and do all four. So they have all been disconnected on this one. So the bloke's obviously in the habit, he knows how to put a tent up, in the habit of just undoing them before you pack it down. Then next time it goes up, it does make it easier. It really does. Not on all tents. Some tents are not that tight, so it doesn't matter. But some, that inner, there is a lot of pressure on that when you put the clips out and all that. So when you got that pressure as well, when you're trying to lift all the weight of the tent, when you're pitching it, you're putting a hell of a lot of pressure on them poles. So just by undoing them 4 clips, you release a ton of that pressure. So by the look of that, it doesn't go on that peg, it needs its own peg, because it feels like I've got to stretch it a bit too much to get it with them other pegs. So I think that little like porch ground sheet bit needs its own 2 pegs. Which is alright in a way. It's a better way of doing it really, because if you want to move it out of the way of cooking, you haven't got to disconnect the whole front, have you? You just like take the 2 pegs out on the ground sheet, and then the tent stays like fully pitched. Otherwise, the ones where it does go on them as well, you're like unhooking the front of the tent, pulling the ground sheet out of the way, then pulling the front of the tent back out. So it is a better way of doing it. Although you need 2 extra pegs, it's a better way of doing it. For cooking and that, if you're never going to ever roll that fly sheet back, that ground sheet back and cooking it, then maybe you want the one where you just do it all in 1 peg, innit? Also, it's even got Oex tabs on the zips. They do like stamping Oex on it, innit? They want you to know who made this tent. They really do. There is no doubt this tent is a Bandicoot, and it is made by Oex. So you can do the bit with the inner, like it's got the mesh, so you can do the whole door as the mesh. It has got the double zip, so you can do all the bits with the zip in it. Oh no, I haven't done the clips at the back yet. I'm jumping the gun, getting in it before I've even done the clips at the back. That is why the back looks like that. That is not right. That is not how this tent goes. I need to go round and put the clips on to the feet at the back to hold the inner out. So I shall go round and do that now. Just get them clips on at the back. I should have done it first. I was jumping the gun, getting in it before the actual inner was all clipped into place. I should be able to get my hand under there and grab it, because it's like, it is low to the ground, this fly. So let's see, can I get my hand under there and grab hold of the little clip? Yeah, I've got hold of it. So all you do is that clip goes onto that little plastic loop, same as I did at the front. It's a bit more awkward at the back because that fly is pegged right down. I should have done it really before I clipped the middle bits of the fly down, or before I pegged the poles down. I should have just lifted it up and done the inner, but I didn't. I'll know that next time, but I'll probably forget to do it next time as well and end up doing it like this again. So it's all you need to do. Go to the other side, clip the other side on. So I'll just put my hand under there, get hold of the little clip, and then clip it on. And then the inner will be all stretched out nicely. So the clips are all on. So not like other tents I've bought lately when them clips have been broken. These are all on this one. So nice, no damage to this Bandicoot whatsoever. This thing is in fantastic condition. And alright, I have been inside it only for like 30 seconds, but I couldn't see nothing in there. That inner did look as nice condition as this outer. So this Bandicoot was a good buy. This thing is spanking condition. And I do believe the man, I reckon this thing has only been used for 3 weekends. That is it. So it's 500mm hydrostatic head, fire retardant. So it's good to go, this one. And that will be a 5000mm. That is really, really waterproof, that is. Like, you get a 3000mm, that's good enough to go. 3000mm tent won't leak. So a 5000mm, it really is a nice waterproof tent. So there you go, the inner is clipped in. Explore more and expect more. What does that even mean? I get the explore more, yeah, and explore more makes sense, but expect more? Expect more what? Expect more room inside the Bandicoot, because there ain't a lot of room in it. Expect more rain? It is in the UK, so you could expect more rain. Or is it expect what? Expect more swearing from the cat. Yeah, that's more like it, isn't it? Explore more and expect more foul language from the old gutter-mouthed moggy. So I just had a look at the labels there, and it has got a little bit with like date stamps on it. So it's marked a 12 and a 1. So that probably means it was made in December of 2021, I reckon, this tent. So it is a few years old, this tent. It's in lovely condition then, because this is like a 4-year-old tent. Well, if I've understood that properly, look there, it's got a dot on the 12 and a dot on the 1. So that must mean it was made in the 12th month of 2021. So it's a 4-year-old tent. Unless I've got that wrong. If you know how you read that Oex thing, if I've got it wrong, drop me a message and let me know. But I do think that's right. So I do think this tent must be 4 years old. And then it is in lovely condition for a 4-year-old tent, this thing, isn't it? Look at it, it doesn't look 4 years old. So I have just noticed that it's got other clips in the middle of the inner that go on these middle poles. So I should just go round and do them. I missed them. I've clipped the 4 corners in, but it's got 2 on the like centre poles as well to hold that inner out. So it's got extra clips to most tents. Most tents would just do the 4 corners, but this Oex has got 6 clips on it to pull the inner right out. So just get hold of that, get it on the clip. Right, that's it, that's all on now. The inner is in properly now. So that's good. It's got 6 clips as opposed to just all the corners, because sometimes on the inners they're a bit saggy in the middle and you think, oh, they should have put another clip on there to pull it out further. But Oex have done that. So that's good thinking from Oex. Give you the extra clip, because in this Bandicoot you need all the room you can get, because it is not very big in here. It really isn't. It is a little tent. And with like the red of the fly sheet and the blue of the inner, the sunlight coming through here, it's like it's got neon lights in it. It has got like a bluey red glow going on inside this tent. I quite like it. It's got a nice old colour going on in here. So let's just do the bits with the zip on the door. So you can do the door so it opens like that. Just do a little bit at the top. And as it's got the double zips, you can do it like as big or as small, or do it like that, do one side. You can do whatever when you got the 2 zips, basically. You can open the door as big and as small as you want it. So it's good when they have the double zips. Most tents nowadays have them. Years ago it was a bit of a novelty when you got the double zips on the tents, but now they all have them because everyone's learned it's just a better way of doing it. So just do it with the double zip. Just makes it better for venting it out, opening it up and all that. And you can do the same with like the inner bit of the door. So you can open just the inner bit as much as you want and then just leave the mesh. So you can open it as big as and as small as you want to do your opening and just leave the old bug mesh there. So I like that. It's good, the door on this Oex. Very versatile. Do what you like with it. Open it right up. Leave just the mesh. Which when you're out sometimes in the summer, innit, especially if you've got a bit of food and that and you're sitting in your tent, if you're like eating in it and all that, that bug mesh really helps because you can have it open but you are not getting all the wasps coming in out your food and all that, innit. And I do it a lot because the amount of times I'm in my tent and I'm sitting having a few beers and that. Beers attract wasps and that into your tent. The amount of times I've had a wasp when I've been out camping go into my beer can or into my bottle, and then you go drink it and you think there's a wasp in there, and I have been stung where I drunk from a can and a wasp was in there and it stung me right on the lip. So I am a fan of the old bug mesh because it stops anything like that happening. And I do now, if I'm like out of the woods or something and I'm having a beer and I'm sitting out of the tent, I am in the habit of, I like put the cap back on the bottle. I drink bottles more than cans. I put the cap back on the bottle and then I just pop the cap off, because you can do it with your hands once you've opened it with the opener, innit? Just take the cap off with your hand, drink from it and then put the cap back on. So it's a good little habit to get into if you are up the woods and things like that, or out and it's sunny, because it stops anything going in your beer. So as you can see now, Jess has clambered in. There is not a lot of room in this tent. It's all right up here where our heads are, but down there by your feet, look, that is tiny down there. So this tent is not a massive tent. It's all right for two of you. It really is. You're not getting two big sleeping mats in here. You might get the ones, call them a mummy shape, innit? When they go smaller at the bottom, you might fit two of them in here, I'm not sure. But you won't fit two square. Two of the like rectangle shaped full size sleeping bags. No way you're getting two of them in here. Not decent sized ones. That just ain't happening, because that is small. But like I said with this, me and her will use this because it's lovely. I like this little tent. I like that it's only small inside. It's really lovely in here. I like it. But I've got a load of other tents to use. So I sort of would say, if you are just buying one tent and you're going to be camping like two of you, probably look at something else other than this Bandicoot. Because I think if this is all you had, you would get a time where you've got a lot of gear with you, and how small this tent is would do your head in. It's alright if you got other tents bigger, because then you can think, oh, I'm taking a load of gear this weekend, I'll take that bigger tent. But if this is all you had, sometimes you might just find that too small in there. So I do believe the fella on eBay selling this because he thought it was too small, because that really is small in there. You can't sit up in there. Even at that front bit, you can't sit up in there. You might do if you're a really little person, but you can't sit up in there. So the Bandicoot 2 is a very, very small little tent. Great tent for just one person. I will use this a bit on my own. In there on my own, that's lovely. Even me and Jessica goes, that's lovely in there. So I know it's small. I won't take a load of gear with me. Just take a little bit of cooking stuff and that. I'll be really happy in there. But if it's the only tent you're going to buy, I might not go for one of these. I think you would find it a bit small. After a little while, there would be a situation where you just think that Bandicoot is too small, it's doing me head in. Or you might love the little tiny tent, and then the Bandicoot is 100% for you. Nice little tent, got a great look to it. Really has got a fantastic look to it, and I like the way it is only little. You pitch this thing up near other tents, it looks tiny, this little tent. So I like that about it, and there's enough room inside there. It's not the ridiculously small little tent. There is enough room for two, because it opened up where our heads and that were. It's a lot bigger. Just that little feet bit is very tight. But I knew that when I bought it, because I've seen these tents a lot. So I knew it was going to be a little small tent. So I'm not like thinking, oh no, I've bought a tiny little tent. I love this Bandicoot already. It's fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to getting out of it. I really like it. It's a lovely little tent. Really well made. So I'm giving it the thumbs up. The Bandicoot 2 definitely gets a thumbs up from me. And the cat really likes it. And I'm giving it another thumbs up because it's designed and developed in the UK. So I'll give it another thumbs up for that. So I would say the Oex Bandicoot For what I've paid for this, 55 quid, this is a fantastic little tent, and yeah, alright, it's quite heavy. It's not lightweight, but it looks robust. So if you're after a cheap little tent that stands out from the crowd, the Oex Bandicoot just might be the tent for you. Do you want to add anything to that, Cat? But no swearing, Cat. Yeah, I won't swear. Don't be a beep 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 Oex floaty right one. And if you're after a cheap beep 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 Oex beep 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 budget 10, just get yourself a Oex beep 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 Oex Bandicoot. How's that? Was that alright? And I didn't swear once. Beep beep. Oex Bandicoot. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe so you can join me again. See what I'm doing, pitching, buying or finding. So I'm off now to chill out in my lovely Bandicoot tent for the afternoon with Jess and old Guttermouth. So let's go. Oex, Oex, beep, 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 beep. Oex Bandicoot. Beep, beep, Bandicoot.